Up first today, on February 10th, Methodist University was honored with a visit of Martin Luther King III, who came to MU to speak at the student Spring Convocation. Our Medahan Fadan and Hesed Pando have the story.
On February 3rd, Methodist University hosted Dr. Martin Luther King's eldest son, Martin Luther King III, as the guest speaker of the Spring Convocation. Early in the morning, Dr. King answered the questions on his father's legacy.
The legacy is really a legacy of love, respect, and understanding, and creating a nation where freedom, justice, and equality exist for all humankind. The biggest problem in my judgment, in this country, is not that there are people who are voting their interests, but the majority are not. Natural disasters, Americans from all walks of life come and just want to help. That's the best of who we are. We need to operate, in my judgment, not in crisis, but the way that we operate through crisis is how our society ideally should be all the time, and we would have a much better society, in my judgment. I have an organization that we are forming even as we speak. I've had several organizations over the years that I've worked with, from the King Center to the Southern Christian Leadership Conference organizations. I've been president to Realizing the Dream, which was the last organization I was involved with. But today we are creating what we call is a partnership, and that partnership will focus on peace, equity, and justice.
And his remarkable work as a peace ambassador in a brief press conference. President Worden, faculty members, and trustees were also present at the conference. After the press conference, the Spring Convocation started at 11 a.m. in Huff Concert Hall. The hall was crowded with students that were excited to hear Mr. King's speech. During his speech, Mr. King touched upon modern issues of discrimination, violence, education, and healthcare in the United States. At the end of the speech, Mr. King had a short interview with President Worden. When his father was assassinated in 1968, Martin Luther King III was 10 years old. Growing up with his father's legacy and civil rights movement, Mr. King founded the non-profit organization Realizing the Dream. As part of the organization's mission, Mr. King visited the conflict regions, including Eastern Europe, Asia, and Africa. Mr. King has been involved in politics as a civil rights advocate in the US and different parts of the world. After convocation, MU students and staff members gathered in Matthews Ministers Center to meet Mr. King in person. Mr. King signed his book My Daddy and took pictures with the students. Metahan Fidan and Hesed Pando, MU reports.